as we go into the second half?
Well, you know what? I'm going with Jokić and all-team whack body. He's representing for all the whack bodies across the world. We're talking about a guy, forget jumping on the curve. He can't even do a calf raise, but he's out here averaging a triple-double. He's out here giving people work. And you know what else? His team is winning, and he's making others around him better. And speaking of that team, the Denver Nuggets, they have the perfect team to go and compete for a title and actually win a title this year, and especially if they get home court advantage. I look at guys like Bruce Brown, along with Aaron Gordon, how he's playing right now, the championship pedigree and Caldwell Pope. Those guys have been phenomenal, and if they could stay healthy, along with getting home court advantage, I don't know a single team in the NBA that could beat them in a 7-game series.
We'll get you out of here on this because I got to go practice if I can do a calf raise or not. And I'm going to confess my prejudice in this. My prejudice is towards dynasties. I like teams that win year after year after year, and I like to see them win, and then I like to see them get knocked off. We have an NBA right now where there don't appear to be dynasties. There's 1,000 contenders. Do you like the league this way? Wilbon seems to. Or do you like it when there's one or two teams where you go, I've identified them, I either want to see them win or I want to see them get beat?
No, I love it the way it is right now because, look, all the superstars are healthy. All the teams, every team in the offseason has got, great players and added players. Like, you look at even the Malcolm Brogdon situation with the Boston Celtics, like, teams went out this year and got better, right, for as they're upgrading their roster. So I like it because I like not being able to say, you know what, it's the Golden State Warriors, Steph and KD go take it again. No, I want to know who's going to come out of the Eastern Conference. I want to know who's the better duo out of Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving. Like, I want to see those matchups. So I'm looking forward to it.
Good to hear,
Thank you, Kendrick.
We just smacked Tony down.
Good to have you.
Get that dynasty talk out of here. Get that stuff out. It's good to have you back, big man.
Thank y'all for having me, as always, my brothers.
Let's take one last break, but still to come, an update on Sean McVay's future with the Los Angeles Rams.
And are the Lakers right that they deserve the foul call that might have won them that double overtime game against the Mavs last night? Spoiler alert, hell no. Tired of the Lakers whining. You're the Lakers. Stop. Yeah. Win the game. And then you came back from 19 down. You played great. I mean, it was a great game. But stop. Stop whining.
Them occasionally in the sink. It's like Little House on the Prairie. I wash them in the sink. Oh. Welcome to PTI, boys and girls. In today's episode, Lamar Jackson clarifies his condition. Bill Belichick gets busy, and Kendrick Perkins joins us for 5 good minutes. But we begin today with Wild Card Weekend. There are 6 NFL games spread over 3 days. All of them are matchups that were already played at least once this season, twice in the cases of Miami, Buffalo, Baltimore, Cincinnati, and Seattle, San Francisco. Wilbon, which is the most compelling matchup on the board?
Tony, this is easy for me. It was the last image we just saw on the screen, that video. It's Dallas-Tampa. I mean, you've got this situation that, first of all, you got Tom Brady, and that's going to give you a maximum amount of drama, particularly this year, as opposed to 10, 15, 20 years ago when he was some heavy favorite. You got a situation where a lot of people are picking against Tampa at home in a playoff game, picking against Tom Brady, expecting them to lose. I don't know what the odds are. I don't care what Vegas says. But a lot of people think that Dallas is the better team. Dallas is the better team based on a full season.
They are.
And you got this whole Dak Prescott drama with him and his interceptions, although that storyline is overrated and overstated because half his interceptions, like 6 of them lately out of the 14, were tipped or bobbled or fumbled away by a receiver. So that whole thing is just bogus junk that people can latch on to and have a storyline. But I like that game. I mean, that's a great primetime game that this network has. I'm looking forward to that game more than the others.
It's interesting because that's going to get the most eyeballs of any game all year because you have Dallas, which is the #1 draw, and Tom Brady, the #1 individual. You're right about that. I wasn't going to mention that because it's Monday. I was going to stick with the ones Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to eliminate the Buffalo game, the Cincinnati game, and the San Francisco game. Because I think they're going to win handily, and a couple of them might be very lopsided because Baltimore and Miami are starting second and third string quarterbacks. That leaves us with the Chargers, Jacksonville for a second. That's probably going to be the tightest game out there, but it doesn't interest me as much as the two others. The Minnesota Giants game interests me because Minnesota has a gaudy record, Mike, and they've won a lot of really close games. But when they've been in there against a good team, they've gotten slammed. Are the Giants a good team? Is Daniel Jones a good quarterback? Is Saquon Barkley healthy? And the other game that's out there, well, the other game, because now I'm an idiot. The other game is exactly what you were talking about. It's Tampa Bay against Dallas. So I take back that there were two other games I was interested in. It was only that one. But you know what I'd like to see? I'm going to be brief on this. I want to see, is Justin Herbert a really good quarterback, as everybody says? Because he came in with Joe Burrow, and Joe Burrow is a really good quarterback. And I want to see if Minnesota's a fraud or they're for real. Okay?
Even if Minnesota wins, you're going to say they're still a fraud and you need another week. That's what you're going to do. And it's okay. By the way, it's okay to say to Minnesota, prove it again. It's all right. Lamar Jackson, who wish he could prove it this week, has clarified.
I'm going to ask Kendrick Perkins.
We're also going to ask him if he likes the NBA having so many contenders. We're halfway through the season, Tone. A lot of teams out there can still win.
It's possible that Belichick, because he's so friendly, time to bring in our great friend from NBA Today, a man who stands 6'10", just like me, Mr. Kendrick Perkins. We'll start with this, Perk. Damian Lillard had 50 points last night in a loss to Cleveland, 50. We have had so many high-scoring games. 50 doesn't even raise an eyebrow anymore. There's 50s 3 nights a week. As a player who was known for defense, how does this thing sit with you that everybody's scoring so many points?
Well, to the fans is great, right? Because you get to see guys get into their bags and be able to showcase their skill set and the evolution of the game. But as a former player, it makes my damn skin crawl. Because defense is all about effort. And I don't see guys fighting to get over screens. I don't see guys taking charges. I don't see guys getting deflections. All I see is that you scored on me, we about to hurry up, get the ball out, and go score on you. And it's like, it's where it's at. So now I've grown accustomed to it because I figured, hey, the game is not changing, but I hate every part of it.
Tony, it's great to sit in the studio with Perk when he's upset about watching all this offense. It's great to sit next to him and watch a little angst on that face. Perk, Steph Curry, of course, is back. Wiggins apparently is back. But the Warriors, does that solve everything, having those guys back on the floor now with half the season to go?
No, and you know what's crazy? The Warriors they lost to the Magic, the Pistons, the Suns without their best 3 players. And you know what everybody say? Oh, it's okay, they'll be just fine. No, they won't. But for the simple fact, yes, you trust Klay Thompson, and yes, you trust Steph Curry and Andrew Wiggins and Draymond Green. But people don't realize is that guys like Toscano Anderson, Otto Porter Jr., along with Damian Lee and Gary Payton II, were huge for them, right? So we don't know what's going on with Steve Kerr and James Wiseman, or do he trust James Wiseman? Moses Moody have not lived up to expectation. Jonathan Kuminga, he's not available right now, but he's been up and down. I don't trust the others, and unless they make a trade to bring in some more role players to get more depth that's going to help them off the bench, no, the Warriors are not going to repeat this year.
Perk, there's so much going on, and we're at the halfway point now. Usually by this time, we have a real good feeling of who the best team in the league is or who the best 2 or 3 are. We have a definitive feeling about who the MVP is or the leading candidate for MVP. We don't have that now. Like, who's your MVP of the week so far this week, and who's your best team?